And then, yes, and I put the link to my step out for this on the chat. And I'm going to share my screen for those that are on small screens, and aren't able to, easily, I was going to say multitask, multi-see. So we'll share this and kind of talk through it. This was on, I think it was one of the most recent Tangle Patterns emails. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just so cute. And to be honest, sometimes I don't open them. I'm like, oh, I'll open it later. And then sometimes later never happens. But for whatever reason, and I don't know if it was from the name. So the name of today's Tangle is Why. And so Sharmila, so it's let me put those links in there. Tanglepatterns.com. Whoa, not that many. Tanglepatterns.com. And I'll actually, maybe I'll go to that page also. So sign up for her newsletter, and then also at Zentangle.com. And it's just nice to keep in so if you want to see new patterns, I mean, Tangle Patterns, I want to say it's nearly every day you get some kind of an email from her with a new tangle, or sometimes she'll put like refreshers, so she'll list like 5 tangles or something like that. But it's just nice to see that. And so this is a new one by CZT Daniela Nielsen, and I will go to her page to Tangle Patterns, so I can also show you that. But so this is really neat. I just thought, how whimsical, how fun is this? And I like that they have a little bit of the story that she shared about it. So this, we start off with a set of double lines, and basically however wide you want, as well as a large curved line bump. And then we add a little orb to one side, and which looks like an eyeball, and then we aura, and I'll share this because that one was a little bit confusing. I might have to like redo these and just to separate out that step possibly, but we're going to do a couple aura lines basically around those bumps. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Then that makes those the double line there. And then we decorate the double line. So she had put straight lines going across on there, which I think look really neat. That's essentially the tangle. And then, so I did some shading on the second to last box here. And then she also said, you could stack them. You could do a lot of other things with them. Let me, though, share. Here it is. Yeah, so here's tanglepatterns.com. And let me know if you don't see that, because I just said I was sharing the one thing and I moved. So those are familiar, that you're already familiar. So I do love this site, and there's something, right here, click to subscribe. It's free. This banner changes all the time. So what I have done in the past is I'll just, sometimes I'll sit and just watch this and watch it change. And then when you see something, write the name down, because if you click on it, it just takes you back to the main page. It doesn't do anything. All right, so why? And yeah, she's a Danish CZT, which is awesome. So here's her tile with it, which I think is neat. And I'm not sure, this actually looks like sort of like Mary Hill, but I'm not sure what tangle that is. I think it is that, but it's kind of extra whimsical. So she says here, one day I was sitting and relaxing with my eyes closed. I saw a lot of pretty colors for my inner eye, and this pattern was hidden in the colors. I drew it down straight away so I would not forget it. Now I've been playing around with it a lot of times since, and I've come to love this pattern. So that was her inspiration. And then, so this is really cute that she shows, so you can have those little, the orbs going in different directions. I think that it's just super cute. And then here's her, her step out for that. And I actually, I'm seeing how I could maybe expand out those a couple steps. So anyway, I just think that it's I don't know, it just struck me, and I thought it was adorable. So I thought, well, why not? Let's have fun with it. Oh, and hi, Lilith. Welcome. All right. From Novi. I am nearby Novi. about a half an hour. All right. So I have an idea in my head on how to start. Actually, and I forgot to mention, if you're new to Zentangle, of course, love to know that in the chat as well. And if you're new to my sessions, would love to know that. So if you are new to my sessions here, one of the things that I stress is, we just, you do whatever you need to do for this, whether that's just messing around with this in a sketchbook, or if you want to do a tile. You don't have to complete a tile or anything. I just like to leave it up to every individual, so that way we're all kind of getting what we need out of it. And which is, for me, is mostly let's just have some fun and forget about everything that's going on out in the world today. All right, so I did my 4 corners because I have an idea in my head on how I want to do this. And I'm gonna do the stacked version and do something on the outside, because I think these guys look like little aliens. Oh, okay, good, Lilith. Well, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna do mine stacked. So I'm gonna fill this inner space with these guys. So again, we're starting with double lines, and I'm going to do my double lines, although I do like how she did that border. That is really neat as well. So I'm going to start just kind of in the middle with as straight a line as I can get. And I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see, how do I want to do that? Well, I'll do a double line to start. And then skipping a space. And like I said, you can have the space as big, as wide as you wish. Looks like I'm going to maybe just get like a couple here. I probably should have used a bigger, well, I don't want to use the bigger tile. I want to use the size tile. Oh, I'm going to get like two and 2/2. But that'll be fun. All right. And then, I don't know, give a second here. Oh, hi, Susan. All right. Yeah, so I'll tell you in advance. So I'm picturing, adding some Rixty to the sides, and so I'll explain that as I go. But you can decorate, extra however you want. I just want to make sure that we get this. We want to have the focus be on this tangle, and then whatever else you want to add is perfectly great. All right. So, and I don't think it matters except just for it to be alternated. Which direction you go. I'm going to go ahead and copy kind of what she had, and I'm going to start with this one kind of big curved line bump in the middle, and then do the others, to either side of that, just because I kind of like that to be in the center. And then we'll draw those other bumps, and my hand is right in the way. Let's see if I can make that. So, what? It's like every time I touch it, it just shakes, as if we having an earthquake. All right, and then that other big bump like that. And then, so if you're going to do it stacked, then we kind of use the hollowbow technique, sort of, which is, so I'm not really continuing this, but I kind of want it to be in the same place. So just kind of picturing where that would go if this was, say, one thing. And I'm going to essentially mirror that. So I'm doing it, yeah. So I'm doing, so one way, and then this one is going to be the opposite way. So in each subsequent row is going to be opposite, which is neat. Although I suppose if you really wanted to, you could always just do them all the same way too. There's no right and no wrong. And then I'm going to continue. And then, well, let's see, we'll have this one will sort of, I'm going to guess, will kind of pop up right here. Well, it won't be that small, but oh well. And then I'm going to turn my tile. And we'll do these. And so what I'm doing, so for those that are new, I don't want to cross my pencil line, so that's why I stop, and then, as if I'm drawing, I'm kind of continuing and then finishing it. Actually, that should have a little curve. And we call that the Hollabaugh technique. There we go. I'm thinking this would be really fun on a black tile, and I think I'm going to try that later as well. All right, so once you have all of these bumps, then again, we're doing the orbs. And I noticed on her one sample, so this is the orb is going across the line, and you could probably do it on either direction. And I noticed that, like in the rows, she had them going different ways. So, well, you could have them all on the same side, or you could, I'm thinking you could alternate them on an alternate row if you wanted to, depending on what you're doing. Now you can leave a little bit open here, which you can kind of barely see, and then that makes it like a shine. Oh, nice, Mark. Oh no, tulips and daffodils in Dayton, Ohio. We were just in Ohio not too long ago. But I think let's see. I don't know. Well, I think I'm going to do mine on the opposite. So I'm kind of mirroring it. I'm going to alternate which side these little guys are on, because I was thinking that would be also kind of neat. Actually, they look like, if you've seen that movie with the Minions. Oh my gosh, that would be fun. I'll have to do this again and do these and color them in yellow. I could still color them in yellow. All right. And then we have the orbs. That one is ginormous. All right. Then we're going to do the aura-ing. So this one I found, and I suppose you could probably start wherever. I'm going to start right here in the middle. And so we're doing like one line. So it's kind of an aura, sort of. So I'm going to the right of this middle guy right here, and I'm aura-ing, but then I'm going kind of to the center and then coming up to that double line. So it's really from double line to double line, but I don't know how you even explain that. We're kind of half aura-ing this. And then doing it on the opposite side as well. So just one. So kind of aura-ing, and then about in the center-ish, coming up to that the double line that's opposite it. And we're going to do that for all of them. So then moving to this next bump, aura-ing and coming up sort of to the center. And this side is off of the thing, so I'm not going to do it there, but I'm going to pick it up here where it would be. And I've kind of made this somewhat narrow, not for any reason, just because that's how it ended up. But that's something too that you can kind of have fun with, as well as this part. And then here again on this side, in this guy and up. And they don't. I mean, the whole thing is whimsical, so it however wonky it ends up makes it even better. Okay, so then I'm going to do that again here, but this one I am going to try to at least start where I started on the opposite side, so it has that kind of a neat effect. That one I'm going to make that one a little bit wider. This one is not going to matter. And what we're creating is the space where we're going to be making those lines. Yeah, I forgot. I do have to kind of, since I had this and I had decided I was going to match these things up, I should have started here, where I'm matching, so I didn't do that. All right, and then same idea here, but this is just like a partial. And same thing here. And here. Oops, I almost forgot these guys down here. And this one I'm pretending that there's the bump, because that would go like that. Yeah, All right, so give it a second here, depending on where you're at with this. All right. So then this was the only part that I thought, well, I have to kind of pay attention because I have had almost done the lines or the decorating in the wrong place. So you have your the bump, and then we have our orid section. We're not going to do anything in that. It's this middle section, the between the auras, that we'll do. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to do those fine straight lines, and I'm working to have a light touch so that the pen is kind of bouncing across, which also makes it a little bit wiggly, which I think is kind of cute, versus putting the pen down deliberately and making a harder stroke, and like that. And then on the other side, and like I said, I found myself almost accidentally when I was playing with this, putting it in the wrong place. I'm like, wait, that's not right. It's not right up next to the little guy. I think of them as they're little things, little people, little Martians. Getting a little fuzzy. And then I'm going to take this on the other side. And then this other side. Although that's all right. I probably could have had a beginning of another bump on that side, but that's all right. I didn't do it, and I can't go back now. So it's just kind of neat that it highlights it. And then, like I said, you could always, like in the step out, you could always color that in black. And even if you're just doing a row, you could do, whatever you want. You could fill it in with little orbs, or, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, anything else that is a nice texture. I think to make I like the lines because it kind of goes with with these lines, and also is a contrast to this roundness and the orb, and so then it makes those stand out just a little bit more when we're using just having it be a line. But could too also, I mean, because I was just playing with the black and white, but you could certainly even do that with a color. Oh yeah. Nope. See, I just did what I said I shouldn't do. That's all right. That's what sometimes is hard when you're doing the little partials and having having that extra. I'll find something to do with that. And then coming down this other side. Although, I'm thinking now, orbs could be kind of cool because this kind of looks like like experiments. I think whatever you end up doing, because a part of my brain was thinking, oh, you could alternate, and I could do on one line or another line, but it's like, oh, it is kind of nice to just have it be consistent. Oh, they do, Shana. They do look like kind of like tuning forks.
They also look like the old-time microphones where they used to use for radio.
Yeah, yeah, they do. That is good. Oh, I started going down the other side. And then it's like I said, in the border, you can, have a lot of fun with that and do in, another pattern that's, even contrasting even more, or, actually, just occurred to me, you could continue to, well, sort of aura. You'd have to, I don't know how you'd have to figure out how to aura kind of both sides to the middle, maybe, if you wanted to have lines going the other direction. That could be also kind of neat. So one of the things that I thought I had mentioned would be to add Rixty, or just, an organic tangle to it, just because I saw them as, I'm going to do this over here, which was what I thought to do. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to pretend that there's another section here, and then I will just do that partial. All right. So there we have that. And then, oops. There we go. I say I'll jump to shading this, because then can decorate afterwards. So what I found with shading these, and depending on how far apart you have them, now while you could probably put some shading in for the inside itself, which I might try, I'm going to at least do these outside bits, and I'm just putting a little bit of graphite on either side. Actually, let me just do this one section. Do a section at a time sometimes is nice. And I'm probably going to need to go a little darker than that, but we'll see where it is so far. So with these little sections like this, you have to just be a little bit careful. So I'm using very small circles, and kind of more of a back and forth and sort of a circle, because I don't want to spread it out too much, because what we want to have is that some of the original tile color showing, right? So that way, oh yeah, so that way you have that, so it has that bit of a curvy look to it. We'll say, and in the middle here, because it's thinner in the middle, it's okay if that meets. But that does create a neat effect. And then too, the other thing, having the tortillon pointed towards, where the graphite is, so that way you can work down. And I'm going to debate what I'm going to do with the outside bits. But I am thinking maybe we'll just try. I'm just going to try it on these, because it's fun to try. I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite on the opposite side of the orb, but just kind of at the top there. And let's see what that, just to add a little dimension. That looks like hair. Now I've made them look like people. Or Martians. Whoops. Well, sort of. It does add a little something. So you can kind of have fun with that and play. Yeah. Oh, it's really funny. And now that I've done all of that, and I have to do those, I'll have to do them all that way. Oops. Yes, and I haven't decided yet. So that's why I'm leaving the outside edge, because I haven't quite decided what I want to do with that myself. I'm either going to, shade it and have it go in towards the center. I was thinking maybe even have it go darker, so that way it looks like it's sunk in, kind of that shadow box idea. That's kind of where my brain is going at the moment. Oh, neat. As like going, oh, and doing that second one looks even neater. And let's see. Oops, I missed that one. Oh, that's right. And I said I have to, since I started putting the little graphite on, I kind of need to do them all. And, well, I didn't mean to go that dark. Sometimes I always forget that sometimes that there is graphite left on the tortillon, so be not so rambunctious with the graphite, but that's okay. Oh, they just look neat. Thanks, Susan. All right, so here's what I was thinking about doing for the outside, because sure. So I might also do this, and I'm sharing it so that way in case you want to. Putting some graphite on either side of these lines is what I'm thinking I might do. So what I'm going to do for sure here is I'm going to take this line here, and I mentioned doing Rixty, but you could do, the poke root or poke leaf, or you could just have an entire, garden outside. But I kind of like Rixty. To me, it just kind of matches in my head what these guys are. Oh, and I'm going to do, and so I'll just share that. So for those that don't know, so you can see. So I'm just continuing that line out, and I've curved it to both directions. Now I'm going to aura that. So this will be, I used it for whatever reason. I ended up drawing Rixty big. And then I've kind of aura'd those in the center, but making a V, so that way it's like this has grown out into two. And for Rixty, we kind of cap off this line here, and then make a triangle from either end back to this center stem, we'll call it, like so. And then coming out from that, we aura that whole thing. And I do mine curvy, like so. I've seen some that, are more pointed. But this is what I'm picturing is doing in the whole frame idea, and utilizing that space. That's why I made this a little small, because I thought, oh, this will be fun. And then it can continue to grow. I was also thinking, so I might even have some more coming out here. So I'm extending these. Oh yeah, so that, they'll have to go around the sides. Well, maybe I don't know. Oh, I know. Yeah. We just in the video series that I've been doing for those that are on Facebook. Actually, if you're not on Facebook, on my website, I have been keeping the same list of the 100-day project for this year. We're on day 75 is today. And so this tangle will be for tomorrow, because I'll make a little a quickie video on that. And we did sprinkle, which is another organic tangle. Actually, that one would fit in well here. Okay, I'll have to do that one right here. Oh, sort of. Oh no, I can do it this way. This one starts off, it's kind of turning this into a curve line, and then I'm making a little loopy here. And then I just think it's fun to be able to, pull things kind of back on themselves. It looks so funny. Okay, Monica. Thanks so much, and yeah, so we'll see you next time. And I so yeah, in between sessions, I will also work to make sure that I have this. I can't remember if I got the last one out in time, and I was working on one previous to that, just so that way everybody can see everybody's pictures and all of that. But yeah, just having fun on the outside with whatever that you want to have. And I'm going to continue this guy out just maybe one. And we can put little sprigs. Actually, it looks like a horn. Now I'm thinking it feels like Dr. Seuss, and these are the little megaphones in the Horton Hears the Who. Yeah, so you just do things like that where you just put a little sprig of something. It just it's just fun because it adds to the kind of the magic of the tangle. This one I'm going to see if I can. Ooh, I can. Have those both looped in the middle. Oh, maybe, yeah. So Tanya says, if those not seeing the chat, reminds of a vintage '70s pattern, kind of like the seascape that I shared on the quickie videos and on our patterns. It looks like this. Yeah, it just kind of screams that. But yeah, I think I think you're right. All right, so that was fun, and let's see. Keep an eyeball on the time here. So I think I'm going to try this. So I'm going to put some graphite on it, just because I was thinking that this might look neat. And it's one of those, let me try it before you do, and we'll see how it comes out. All right, but I'm going to put it on all of the sides. And so I'm going on either side of those first double sets of lines that we had. Oh, that covers up my pen misfire. And just a little graphite. Oh, neat. Actually, let me do. Whoops. How did I totally not get any right there? Oh, and I just had another idea. And then we will have everyone share, because I can't wait to see what you guys did with this. I'm partly thinking too, however you see this, like Inez said, to her, it looks like a microphone. So you could even do like something like printomps or something that kind of goes with that, the thought process of how you see the tangle, on the outside. Ooh, that looks neat. It's like because it's small, I don't want to go too dark, but I have this thought. Oh, but I can only do that side because I don't know what I'm doing with the other side yet. Okay. So I'm just adding some graphite to just the outside edge where I haven't used yet, and bringing that in. So a little bit of a, I don't know if I can completely get that shadow box effect. I think the shadow box effect works great when you have something kind of going over the design and into the design. All right, let me get this side. Oh, I think I just didn't do this one as dark. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't smudge it at all. All right, let's see. Ah, neat. It's just. Thanks, Sandy. I am continually. I'm gonna add some more. I'm gonna go around that border. I am always just continually thrilled and amazed at just what some graphite will do. It really brings it to life. Although having it just flat and without shading, because it's whimsical, it kind of works that way too. So that's what's even extra neat, is because you could do it either way, and it's just, I think it's whatever we each see with our in our mind's eye of how this, our mind's eye, speaking of eyes, on how this should work, or just how we see it. So very cool. Yeah, so Els, I will be doing, sorry about the bouncing on that camera. I will make sure to do the replay. Oh, okay. I'll post the replay on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and want to subscribe to that, I'll put it there. But I will also send out an email. So even though you just logged on, because you logged on and your email's there, I will send out that note. So that way then you'll have those links, because I started doing it and I put unedited, so that way, and then I think I put it, the last time I put a description of what does that mean. It's just like there'll be extra chatter, extra whatever, that might be technical issues that people can wade through, but it is what it is. And as long as I remember to cut the recording, after a little while after, before extra chatting starts, then we're good. So yeah. Oh, drive-in speaker boxes. Yes. Yeah. So of the extra ones. Yes. So I have. You know what? Let me do this really quick. One second. So that way, if you're using a regular thing, I'll put a link to the step outs, at least for those couple. One thing I've been doing on the YouTube channel is that's not what I wanted. Is I have been making you can have like a playlist. So I've been adding yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. A playlist for organics, or the different kind of categories, so that way, if somebody just wants to, that's what they want to watch, then there is at least the list there to select from. But let me do this. Take me just a second or two. And, well, at least, oh, I can do this. All right, so here will be the link for Sprinkle. And this, I say, we did this on a class, but it's been a while, so I thought it would be fun to revisit that again. Okay, so Sprinkle, there's a link for that tangle. And Rixty. Like I said, any of those organics where you start off with the stem is, you know, because it's just something that I end up liking to do. Could even, you know, take it into, if you know the Halabao one. I mean, anything. I just think it's neat to continue something off. It's kind of like the what are they calling it? Transitions. That's the latest project pack from Zentangle. And so, you know, every so often, you know, they put out a pack. You can, you know, buy all the materials in the pack if you want to, but then they put out a series of videos with that. And that was one of the things, is taking one tangle and having it kind of more for transition into another tangle. And it's just, you know, it's just kind of cool. So with that, I would love to see what you guys did as I finish this. So feel free, if you want to open up your webcams and we'll share, and then I'll take a screenshot when it seems like everybody is settled with getting on. Oops, and I almost can see. Oh, Rosemary, nice. I was wanting to do that in black, and you did. How nice. Oh, I love it. And say it. Oh, Marie, that's neat. Oh, and Sherry did squiggly lines. Brilliant. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. And oh, Kelly, I like that. That's neat. Oh, and say Mark and Mary adding color behind. But say, oh, and Tanya, and I like the Y. Oh, these are all fantastic. And Linda, I like the darkness around yours. That, you know, sometimes I'm I say in the evening, our friend Tom always says, "Go dark or go home," because it's funny. Oh, Monica, oh, it's nice, Monica. These are fantastic. But I like, yeah, it's sometimes just having that extra darkness, and is it Marika? Even, yeah, just even in the lines themselves, having that darkness. And it just depends on what you feel like, and what you know, how you're moved. And I like Sandy, how your what I call those, the initial bumps. They're big, but they're just, how neat. So many different options to try later. Okay, Inez, she's gonna finish hers and send it later. And I see Karen getting on. Oh, and Diane. Oh, nice, Diane. Oh, that turned out neat, Diane. She did like V's. So who says you have to have, you know? So we've got squiggly lines and we have V's going in different directions. How neat. And oh, nice. Okay, so let me close this and let me get a screenshot. Get everybody on there. So we'll hold them close and straight for a second. I would say, yeah, hold your breath, and oh, there we go. Okay, I think I got everybody. Let me paste it to be sure. Oops, there we go. Okay, got it. Oh man, these are so nice. How fun. Oh, and then who's that? Oh yeah, so Stacy, what did you add at the top? Those oh, is it the garlic?
Oh shoot. Let me see, I forget.
Travel, I think.
Travel.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't have all the names memorized.
They're hard to get them all memorized, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Very neat. This was a ton of fun.
should do a little different scale so it's more contrasted. But,
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, and I just did, well, straight across, just as her thing says, but I like all the variations. That is so neat. And thanks, Kelly. But yeah, this would be a fun one to play with, and and then in my head too, I have I don't know what the name of the song is. Diane might know. Is it "Ask Me Why"? There's no sun up in the sky. Oh, stormy weather. That's the song. All right, then now that I have the name of it, it'll go out of my head. That will be good. Those song worms are sometimes maddening. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, Paola. Oh, and Sharmila, thank you so much. And yeah, I say send yours later. And if you're on the Facebook group, of course, feel free to add it there. Or if you want to, let me put my email in, Heather at tangleaddicts.com. And if you want to email it to me or something, so what I like to do is be able to put them on a post, and then that way I send out both of these. So Shana has a different earworm. That's funny. There's probably a Beatles tune too that I'm hearing also in my head somewhere deep down that has Y in it. I don't know. It's just funny. So, and so the next class is, so I'll do this evening. It'll be the same tangle. And I know some people join. Oh, thanks, Linda. And we'll see you next time. So some people join at the 7 p.m. my time, and I'm in Michigan. So sometimes some people join that. But other than that, I do every Thursday. And then I'm doing a special one next Tuesday, and that was what I had showing at the beginning. If you were on, if you weren't, there's the Transcend, and there's some, and we'll just kind of focus on that and some other shading and highlighting thoughts and techniques and things like that. So it's just kind of a mishmash, but I'm going to focus on doing that at first. So that'll be fun. And it's like I said, I have it posted, the AM one on Eventbrite, and I'll get the other ones posted here shortly on, whether you're coming from Meetup or just Facebook, but I'll get those posted today. So that will be fun. So yeah, so Els, yeah, we'll see you next time. Oh, Kat, well, I'm glad. That's the one thing that was kind of my aim. I'm sorry that you're having a sad day. I'm having it's today. These days for this whole last year have been such a, I don't know what you want to even call it, expletive at your own of your own choosing. Insert here. But yeah, just to kind of have a bright spot, a little escape, and have and just to have some fun. All right, Jennifer. Yeah, we'll see. And I'm gonna say goodbye to the recording, so I don't have a lot to cut off.